Hello and or welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be showing you how to build this super easy yet very good shulker farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Now, all you have to do is stand right here. The farm is fully automatic and all of the drops are conveniently put down inside of this chest. So without further ado, here's the materials list. And let's get straight into the video. Okay, so since this is a shulker farm, of course, you're going to want to be near an end city. Now, you don't have to be near an end city. You can be somewhere else in the end. You can be in the overworld. It just might get a little complicated because you're going to have to transfer the shulkers initially over to the farm, which could take a little bit of work. You might have to use nether portals. The easiest way to do it is to build close to an end city, but make sure not to build too close. The reason for this is because this farm relies on a pretty cool mechanic where when there's two shulkers side by side and one of them dies, two shulkers side by side and one of them dies, the other one is going to respawn because there needs to be two shulkers side by side. Now, the problem if you go too close to the end city is they will think that there's another shulker close by, thus it is not going to spawn another one, which is why if you are going to be near an end city, you want to be approximately 100 blocks away. So shulkers are able to spawn in a 17 by 17 by 17 tall area, which is why we want to first build 20 blocks into the air to make sure the shulkers are not able to teleport onto the ground. They all stay inside of the farm. So first 20 blocks up. 18, 19, 20. And once you get up here, you want to make sure that there's not anything like those within 20 blocks of you, or I guess 17 blocks. Otherwise, again, the shulkers might be able to teleport on. Now, what you want to do is drop back down to the bottom here, and then just place some ladders going all the way up to the top. So of course you can get up and down from the farm. And if you ever use a solid block like this, what you are going to have to do is take regular buttons and you want to place them on all of the surfaces like this, just to make sure again that none of these shulkers are able to teleport onto these blocks. Because if there was no button here, the shulker would teleport onto here, mess up the whole farm. So you want to place buttons on all of these sides. So as you can see, I now have the buttons on all three sides, and on this side, we have that ladder. Now, what you're actually going to want to do is remove the button on the side opposite to the ladder and place it on the top, like that. And then the rest of this build is going to be made out of either glass or leaves, just to make sure we don't have to place buttons on every single surface. So for this part, opposite of the ladder, you want to not drop your glass. You want to place down a 9 by 9 square, just like that. There we go. And then go up with 2 temporary blocks and make yourself another square of, again, using glass or leaves so they cannot teleport. Something just like this. Now that you have that done, what you want to do is grab your 8 armor stands. You want to stand in the middle and then turn and place them all down like this. Doesn't matter which direction they're facing. The reason we have these armor stands here is so these shulkers are going to shoot at us, which is what's going to make them kill each other, but they're not going to be able to hit us because the armor stands will block their attacks. And again, shulkers can't teleport onto the glass, and we have this one button here to make sure they can't teleport onto this block. So now once you're done with this, we can get started on the actual farm. So on the opposite side of the ladder, what you want to do is take 2 chests and place them underneath of that glass right there. Doesn't matter which side they're on. And then you of course want, there we go. You want to take your 3 hoppers and lead them all into that chest. And if I go into creative mode, you can see that all of the sticks are leading into the hoppers and then into the chest to make sure that all of the items go into the chest. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, the next thing you want to do is take your glass or your leaves, making sure that we are using these blocks for the rest of the farm. And you want to go 9 blocks in this direction. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then again, do that for these 2 spots. Now, once you're done with that, coming back to this side over here, you're going to want to place down a temporary block with another piece of glass on top and do that on both sides. And then what you want to do is make a 1 high wall around this rectangle that we've made. And this is going to hold in all of our water. There we go, just like that. Now coming over to this side, opposite of the hoppers over there, you want to place down 7 more pieces of glass like that. Place down 3 more right there. And then you want to take your 3 buckets of water and place it like that. And all of this water should flow perfectly and then stop right before it reaches the hoppers like that. We're now going to build the areas that the shulkers are going to be sitting on. So coming to this block, you want to build up with 4 blocks like that. Break the bottom 3 and then place another block in that direction. And then the same thing over here. So on this block, you want to build up 4, break the bottom 3 and then build 1 in that direction, just like that. And then what you want to do is place buttons on every surface except for these bottom two. So placing buttons on all the sides, make sure to do the top and that side as well, and then do the same thing over here. Now, once you're finished placing down those buttons, one more thing I recommend you guys do is come over here and just place down a piece of glass right there. So when you want to access the chest, you can just walk over to the side and open it up here. And that is actually the entire farm complete. The last thing we need to do for this is get 4 shulkers onto these spots right here. So technically the easiest way to get these shulkers over to the farm would be using a rail system, although that can take a lot of time and it can be really expensive. So let me show you guys a much easier way. What I like to do is run up to these guys, place down a block beside them with a boat on top. If I can place it down somewhere, that didn't work. You really just have to place a boat on the same level as them, and eventually they will end up going inside of that boat. And then once you are able, okay, I'm gonna stop getting hit. But once you can get into that boat with them, you can just walk it over there. Okay, so I've gotten inside of the same boat right here. And now I can kind of just go ahead and row this boat all the way over. It will take quite a lot of time, but trust me, this farm is absolutely worth it. And there we go, I've gotten my shulker in the boat close to the farm. Now, if you have a rail system, very simple. All you have to do is link that up to the top. If you have a boat, it is a little more complicated. There's no way I looked at you. A little more complicated. You are going to have to use a lead, and then I would highly recommend you guys have some milk in the background just to be able to get rid of that levitation effect. However, before we actually work on getting that guy up to the top, if you have a boat, the easiest way that I've found to do this is to get him to sit up somewhere on any of these blocks. And then when you break the boat, he's automatically going to teleport to these or one of these areas because that is the only place that they are actually able to teleport. So to do this, build up 1 block like that, and then 2 blocks to the side, just so when you're using the lead to get him up, you can walk up to here and hopefully the boat will sit somewhere on one of these blocks. Okay, so I'm going to grab my guy with a lead, if I can, there we go, and then just go ahead and head up your ladder. Now, what I'm going to do is just head up these blocks, and hopefully he ends up landing somewhere here. If he doesn't, maybe just break one of the glass blocks. Do what you can, get them sitting up here, perfect. Okay, here we go, and now when I break that boat, eventually, if I just come down here and hide, he should teleport onto one of those 4 spots because there is no other place for them to teleport. And there you go. As you can see, our shulker teleported onto one of those spots. And now what you want to do is repeat that same process for everywhere else. And there we go. After a lot of struggling, I finally have my 4 shulkers in place and the farm is working. As you're going to see, when one of the shulkers dies, just right there, another one respawns because like I mentioned, 2 shulkers need to be side by side at all times. Now, what's great about this farm, I'm just going to go into creative really quickly. As you guys can see, all of the shulker shells are properly going to this chest. The nice thing about this setup is this shulker is going to be killing this one. This shulker is going to be attacking this one. And then this shulker is actually going to be attacking this one all the way over here. So there's triple action on these shulkers happening. And of course, all I have to do is stay in survival mode, stand in all of these armor stands, and the farm is going to automatically be running forever. Now, one of my favorite things about this farm is how easily expandable it is, and check out this absolute beast of a shulker farm. We're going to go ahead and stand in the middle, and this thing just looks absolutely insane. You can see all of these shulkers are shooting at me, but of course none of them are able to hit me, and there are 12 different areas that the shulkers are going to be dying and producing shulker shells, and all of them end up in this chest that is directly below me. So this farm, not only is it super easy and one of the best out there, but is super easily expandable. And I've literally been talking to you guys for like 20 seconds, and I already have 3 shulker shells inside of here. Such an incredible farm. Well, that's going to be all for today's video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as well, you could download this exact world I'm playing on here. It is the first link in the description. And with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. BlazedMC out.